helps coordinate, manage, and develop special projects for the City of Charleston. In this special edition of Quintin's Close-Ups, I sit down one-on-one with John Mitchell, the Special Projects Assistant to Mayor Tecklenburg. And be sure to download the free Quintin's Close-Ups app in your Apple or Google Play stores. And listen to this interview Thursday on iHeartRadio. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel.
John Mitchell.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Obviously, we're sitting here at Charleston City Hall, and you are the Special Project Assistant to the Mayor of the City of Charleston. And I went on your LinkedIn profile just yesterday and read this. It says this: I currently sit on the executive team of the Honorable Mayor John J. Tecklenburg. I coordinate, manage, and develop projects that align with the city's initiatives and connect citizens with municipal and community resources as appropriate. Talk to me about those projects that you're managing now.
Sure. Two that I can think of off the top of my head that I'm really integrally involved in, especially today, are our mayoral fellows, as well as the 350th commemoration for the City of Charleston, or the settlement of Charleston from 1670. So the mayoral fellows is a group of 12 high school and college age students that are working across different departments in the city right now. Through the generosity of the Acme Foundation, they have been being paid full-time salary, or wages rather, to work on projects with traffic and transportation, here in the executive team, and the business and neighborhood services, as well as the Charleston Police Department and our Office on Marriage, Children, Youth, and Families. Yes. So they've been able to work on different projects, housing and community development, and they've had a great experience. High school, college ages, from 16 to 21, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I know that you work closely with the Mayor's Office for Children, Youth, and Family.
Yes.
Talk to me more about that.
Sure. Mindy and I have a really close relationship. She's the director for that department, and we've been able to work on a coordination with Early College High School, for instance, where we take over their gap times when Trident is not in session, but they're still in school for Charleston County. We go in there, give them some civics opportunities. We'll talk about what involvement the city has for youth, as well as different career opportunities for them, honestly. Letting them understand that city government is more than what they may see represented on TV or even on television shows. Kind of letting them understand that there is a budget and finance department. There's a planning and permitting. There's real estate. There's floodwater, stormwater management. There's all these different public services, and it can really range in terms of the type of expertise that we have brought in with the city. You know, it's far greater than what maybe people have an initial thought of when they think of what it may mean to work for the City of Charleston.
How does the City of Charleston work?
The City of Charleston is its own company, as the way that we're trained by our HR department to think of it as its own company that is fully ran by our chief executive, which is the mayor. And it's a lot of moving pieces that have to work together to really make sure that we're delivering on the needs of the community, our constituency.
How is it like working with the community, being with the City of Charleston?
It's an honor and a privilege. I go back in terms of my roots here in Charleston, well into the 18th century, and I'm very proud to be able to kind of come back and do good work for a community that I was born to love. So it's really an honor and a privilege if I had to say so myself. Yeah.
And obviously you are low country bred.
Yeah.
You're Morehouse bred.
Yeah.
You're Spellhouse bred. And spiritual bred.
Yes, indeed.
What else are you feeding into your soul these days?
Right now, reading The Purpose-Driven Life of my church, Mount Moriah, and it's been a really good group sessions that we're having. It's just an opportunity to really focus in on what purpose God has for your life, and it's the timing of reading that book along with putting on programs like the Mayoral Fellows and the gap time that we have partnered with Early College High School. It really cements my thoughts on that I'm doing the right thing by creating access for people to get more involved with the civics as a means to be more involved than just voting, right? It means that you're able to know who to go to when you need help. It means that you understand the resources that are available to you. And it means that, you are still able to go to anybody who's an elected official for your area regardless of any affiliation or regardless of your vote. If you voted for them or not, they are still your politician. And so they are still beholden to what you want to see done and have done.
I know that Mayor John Tecklenburg has done a lot. What do you want to say to the Charleston community right now about him as mayor?
I want to say that I think he's a people's man. He's got a big heart for really wanting to see transformative change. And I really just am happy to be an employee of the city under his leadership. I think that when you're looking at what the city has done through the lens of all of its different departments and the way that they've been led by their various department heads, I've had an opportunity to work intimately with a lot of them, whether it be on affordable housing projects that we've got bringing multiple unit family buildings and up out of the ground. It's been an amazing process to just see that go from just a conception of an idea to actually bidding out for an RFP, making a selection for the person who's going to actually build, and then doing groundbreaking. So, to even seeing things like the Asheville, Maryville houses that are kind of lined out there, and being able to see those things come up out the ground where people can go in and make purchases on those houses, it's really a payoff that you can't get really wrapped around in terms of words, because you really are able to see the difference you're making in people's lives.
What more ideas do you have when it comes to affordable housing?
I think one of the things we have to do when it comes to thinking of affordable housing is understand that our resources are here, and you have to know that there are more options for home buyers when we're looking at even, like I said, our own housing and community development. We've got the Charleston Housing Authority, and we've got Charleston County Urban League. All of these are just different entities that are involved with the process of more than just subsidized housing. They also give you assistance for first-time home buyers. They also have programs that will give you assistance if you are having a hard time making your rent. So there's a lot of different pieces to that, and I think sometimes they get stigmas associated with them that aren't fair. So I think I want to make sure that people are aware that there are options available to them in the region, including a lot of these bigger complexes that you might look at and say, oh, there's no way I can have a room in this place. Go in and ask, because a lot of them, they still have a cap or a space where they're saying, oh, we're going to actually have this percentage of the housing for workforce housing or attainable housing. And you have to go in and actually challenge them and ask about it, because if the community doesn't realize or recognize that, other people will, and it's especially something where you've got to make sure that you hold these people accountable to what they say they're going to do, because they do have a space for these people to kind of come in and actually get housing and at that right rate.
And what do you want people to hold you accountable for when it comes to special projects, that is, in the city of Charleston?
When it comes to special projects in the city of Charleston, I want to make sure that people realize that I'm aware that working for the city of Charleston means that I am 90% customer service and 90% sales, and everything else is just what I make it. So that means that I have a full-time job of listening and understanding what people have to say and what they want to see done. And I also have a great job of making sure that they understand the blueprint that the city has laid out for them and how they can be involved in the process of making that come to fruition.
Well, John Mitchell, thank you for your time. And again, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir.